children, welcome back online English class. This is Stella from Adarsh Vidyalaya English Department. Today topic is poem The House on Elm Street. It's written by Nadia Bush. About the poet, Nadia Bush is one among the Australian writer who has works which include picture books, novels, biography and history. The best and renowned classic picture book of her is My Place. She has the author's biography of Charmaine Clift, which was described by critic Peter Caravan as one of the greatest Australian biographies. Poem introduction. In this poem, the poet builds up a sense of mystery little by little. The opening line, "It sat alone," is good example to prove this point. It is lonely house. Nobody comes there. It has ample space in it, but no one seems to live there. Strangely, lights flicker on and off at night. The passer-by is filled with amazement and astonishment, but no one dares to enter the house. There is a lonely tree close to the lonely house. The passing season have no impact on tree. The tree neither grows nor shrinks. It stands there forever. It is bare without leaves. The poet concludes the poem saying that everything about the house is shrouded in mystery. Let us see the poem stanza by stanza. First stanza. It sat alone. What happened there is still today unknown. It is a very mysterious place, and inside you can tell it has a ton of space, but at the same time it is bare to the bone. Here, sat alone means stood single. A ton of space means large space. Mystery means something that cannot be understood or explained. Bare to bone means completely empty. Explanation. It is a lonely house. No one knows what is going on inside the house. The house is shrouded in mystery. There is ample space inside the house. At the same time, no one seems to live there. The house seems to vacant and uninhabited. Poetic devices used in this stanza: rhyming words alone, unknown, bone, place, space. Rhyming scheme AABBA. Figure of speech of the first line, sat alone, personification. In a second line, mysterious place is a metaphor. Third line, a ton of space is a hyperbole. Fourth line, bare to the bone, that is personification. Another one, synecdoches. What is synecdoche? A figure of speech in which a part is made to represent the whole or vice versa. Second stanza. At night, the house seems to be alive. Lights flicker on and off. I am often tempted to go to the house to just take a look and see what is really about. But fear takes over me. Here, seems means appear. Flicker means burn unsteadily. Tempted means attracted towards something. Takes over means controls. Poem explanation. During night time, the house comes to life. It becomes active. One can see lights glistening and glimmering inside the house. They sparkle and glitter every now and then. Very often, I am tempted to go into the house. I want to get in and see what is actually happening there, but I am filled with fear. In this stanza, No rhyming words and no rhyming scheme. Poetic devices in the second line. Lights flicker on and off. On and off is a contrast. Flicker is onomatopoeia. Third stanza. I drive past the house almost every day. The house seems to be a bit brighter on this warm summer day in May. It plays with your mind. To me, I say it is one of a kind. Here, drive past means go past the house in car. A bit means little. Plays with your mind means rouses different thoughts in the mind. One of a kind means of a different sorts. Stanza explanation. Every day my vehicle passes by the house. During the summer in May, the house seemed to be a little brighter. The mystery of the house rouses a chain of thoughts in my mind. I say to myself that this house has something strange and secret in it. I feel that it is a different kind of house. In this stanza, rhyming words day, may, mind, kind. Rhyming scheme A, B, A, C, C. No figure of speech in this stanza. Fourth stanza. Beside the house sits a tree. It never grows leaves. Not in the winter, spring, summer or fall. It just sits there, never getting small or ever growing tall. How could this be? Here, beside means near. Sits a tree means there is a tree. Never getting small means it never shrinks in size. Fall means autumn season. How could this be means this seems mysterious to me. Stanza explanation. There is a tree close to the house. The tree is also mysterious. It always remains bare. Never a single leaf is seen on it in winter, spring, summer and autumn. The tree does not grow tall, nor does it grow short. It remains unchanging, as high as ever. How can a tree live without growing? I am filled with surprise. Here I refer to the poet. In this stanza, rhyming words are tree, bee, fall, tall. Rhyming schemes is A, B, C, C, A. Figure of speech in the first line, sits a tree is personification. Second line, it never grows leaves. It is paradox. Paradox is a figure of speech in which a statement appears to contradict itself. Third line figure of speech is personification. Fourth line figure of speech is rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions is a figure of speech in the form of question that is asked to make a point rather than to elicit an answer. Fifth stanza. Rumors are constantly being made, and each day the house just begins to fade. What happened inside that house? I really don't know. I guess it will always be a mystery. Here, rumors means doubtful truth. Constantly means very often. Fade means disappear. Mystery means something that cannot be understood or explained. Stanza explanation. People spread rumors about the lonely house. We can't say how far they are true. Day by day, the house undergoes decay and decline. The degeneration of the house with the passage of time is also a mystery. Till now, I don't know what is going on inside the house. The house remains strange and secretive. In this stanza, rhyming words are made fade. Rhyming scheme is A, B, C, D. Figure of speech is in the third line. What happened inside the house is the rhetorical questions. Dear children, I hope that you understand well. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you.